trick, it seems, is to get out at the right time of day. I didn't quite do it today because the neighbors over here are out, but they're out front. They've got a blanket spread on the front yard, so I think I'm good here. The new neighbor over here, he seems to work at a restaurant. I think he's an assistant manager. And he comes home late at night, like 4 o'clock in the morning, after he's finished at the restaurant and everything. So being here at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning is safe. 10:30, I think. I think I'm around 10. No, I don't know. What time is it? It is 10:08. So I finished breakfast and I started my coffee and I was on the computer. And then, rather than doing the usual, which is checking my websites and checking my videos and things like that, I got into doing some work. So I started off working. Last night, after we got home from the mall, I laid things out because it's assessment time, right? So I had to make sure that everything was, and I had planned things out with my student yesterday at school. So I had to get down what I wanted to do. So I laid out the next 2 weeks. And then I did a little bit last night. Then this morning I got sort of mosquito. If you are a mosquito, keep going. I started working on that just because. But my coffee's finished, my teeth are brushed, and I started doing the stuff which I usually do earlier. So I checked all my emails and checked all my websites and stuff like that. So now I decided to come out for a few minutes and enjoy this nice sunshine and collect dandelion fluff on my clothes. Yeah, so yesterday afternoon I went to a PD in Kitchener. Again, I guess we have one of those once a month. And it started off being kind of useless. But it turned out to be an exchange of information rather than finding out the information that our supervisor wanted us to work on. And then we found out stuff about that. There's a website she was trying to tell us about and be encouraged about. And I don't know why, but anyway, we ended up having an information exchange, which is really good sometimes. So that was okay, but tiring. The whole day was tiring because there were many stresses, Nancy's birthday, and then the stresses of we never found out. We finally pinned our supervisor down, and she says, well, we were supposed to get the information yesterday, we didn't, about our new location. There is a sticking point, right? And that sticking point, they have to get it. So hopefully, supposedly this week coming up, we will hear one way or another. So, there was a little bit of a discussion between the three of us where, our supervisor made a comment this morning when she briefly was in the building to Veronica that we might have to sort of live out of a suitcase. And Veronica and Nancy were both all up in arms about living out of a suitcase when you're, not having a place to call your own in a classroom. And I said, well then, so you live out of a suitcase. So the three of us had a little firm discussion about that. And so after the PD, Nancy gone home, Veronica and I were standing in the parking lot. She says that was a little tough there because she felt like she was sort of in the middle there because Nancy and I were, and she was sort of trying to mediate, try to understand both sides. And she sort of said, she said, I didn't want to get, into a discussion with you and then a discussion with Nancy. I said, you never piss me off. She said, piss you off. I said, there's no way you can piss me off, Veronica. I don't get pissed off. And she sort of said, I understood your side. I understood Nancy's side. She says, I didn't want to say your German side, or you're very firm and logical and sensible, and the softer side. I hear you, Bumblebee. And I said, yes, I'm definitely, to the point and logical, and I don't understand how it's a job. You do what's necessary for it. And if it means you're living out of a suitcase, well, so be it. And, so that's okay. We worked it out. I don't know. Whatever. Let's hope we find out this week the good thing that we want to find out. That we have a location. That we have a good location for at least the next little while. Year or two. I think that's all I wanted to say.